push the
I think it's
button.
the power button on top. Or
There's 2 houses there. Just get
Is it?
Yeah.
There's a beehive back
on
All right.
USB.
Thank you.
All right, so does it go?
I think so. I hope so.
All right, we'll start the meeting. Everybody please stand for the pledge. I pledge
allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay, Randy. Yes. Lindsay.
Yes.
I'm here. Dave.
Yes.
Lewis.
President.
Chris.
Yes.
Alicia.
Here.
Jason.
Here.
And Nick.
Here.
Good.
The skin of his butt.
All right. First thing on the agenda here, approval of our meeting minutes from October 1st. You guys had a chance to go through those?
Yes, I'll make a motion to approve the meeting.
Second. Motion been made and seconded. All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Motion's gonna carry 5-0. And then I also need approval for the, no.
Just the minutes of the
Yeah,
October
minutes, it's
7th
not on here,
meeting.
I was just reading. So the minutes for that special, what was the date on that special?
October
meeting?
7th.
October 7th.
October 7th.
I'll make a motion that we approve the meeting minutes from October 7th.
Second.
Okay, motion's been made and seconded. All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Okay, new business.
No.
No, you got that.
Okay,
Sarah.
so the October 7th meeting was the one that we were supposed to have to adopt it. We didn't have a
That's the wrong
quorum.
date, yeah.
So we rescheduled
Oh,
it to
to-
October 22nd.
That's what it
So
was.
that was, there's those
So
three.
make
that-
So I amend my motion for it to be October 22nd.
Oh, second, okay. Do we need to redo that then, or just amend it?
As long as you amend the motion, everyone's still all in favor.
Okay.
Leaving.
No, it was, it's in this. Or did you get a packet of stuff?
I did. It was on there. It was on that. Okay.
Okay. All right, Colin. So we got that amended? We good?
Yeah.
Okay, good. Colin?
All right, got a couple quick things. Just wanted to update the missing crack sealing on gas line out to the east, going from where they Woodruff Place out to the east they missed. We contacted a crack sealing company. He is up north right now, but he has to come back and get Otterburn, Delphi, and you guys by the end of the month. So we sent him a nice, nasty gram saying where you been. We need to be here. So he said he'd be here by the end of the month to get it done. There is a section out on Wyandotte that wasn't on the what he bid, but I am going to ask him since he's out here and since it's taken so long to come back out here, if you could just go ahead and clean that up too. It's not, I don't know how far it is. I'll do the measurements on it though and see if he'll just do it while he's out here. So I'll let you know what he says about that. But usually if he's been delayed and he wants to do a solid to the town, he'll come out and do a favor for him. So
Okay.
so I'll follow up with that. And then real quick on the CCMG update, there are ADA requirements. Now you gotta have an approved ADA plan by NDOT in a Title VI plan, which Alicia, I'm sure you know about that. So I think the last time yours was updated was probably 10, 12 years ago. Probably by an ADA consultant and Mike Mang at the time with BFS. And that will need to be updated and sent to NDOT in order to be approved by NDOT in order to submit for CCMG in the summer. So I just wanted to let you know about that. I've talked to our guys. We've been working with Tim Clark, who I think he's working with Frankfurt as well, and he's working with Dayton. He's an ADA consultant. So I'll probably talk with him and we might combine forces and get you an ADA plan put together, but we'll have to, it'll cost a little bit.
Okay.
I don't know the cost of it, but
You also need, I don't know the cost offhand either,
Yeah.
but you also need that if you're ever going to get any federal dollars.
Correct.
So you'll want to do that. And at some point, we'll need to talk about ADA compliance for our website and our web presence, because that's another requirement that we will have to comply with by, I think, April of 2027.
Correct.
So,
And then you'll need a appoint an ADA coordinator and a Title VI coordinator. I will probably bring Tim Clark with me in the next meeting and maybe have him explain. He knows he's an ADA guru, knows the ins and outs, and I'm sure, I know he's
He does.
working Frankfurt, right?
Yeah.
You work with him.
Yeah.
So, just wanted to give you a heads up that we're gonna need to get that figured out as well. It's another requirement that's getting pushed down on you guys, so.
So is that just an update to what we currently have?
It'll be an update, but it probably is gonna be revamped pretty good because the
They are-
requirements have
Yeah, they're
changed.
cracking down on it in order to get grant funding from the federal government and from the state. And so you're going to have to update your plan, but then also in order to get federal funding, you're going to have to actually implement ADA changes to be ADA compliant by a certain date. And I don't recall off the top of my head what that date is, but there's different pieces to it. So like one piece is the website, one piece is your physical, like, for example, you've got steps walking into this building. Is there a way for someone to get in if they were, in a wheelchair or something like that? And so fixing those things so that you're in compliance. So it's not just the plan, but it's also making those changes. And unfortunately, it's another one of those unfunded mandates that we love so very much.
Right. So, I didn't know if you've talked about that at all yet, but I just wanted to keep you guys aware that there are more changes coming. So, and they are going to be auditing ADA plans, so it's just another,
Yeah, the towns have, I think, a little bit more time than some other communities do. So that's
I
kind of nice.
just
But
know in order to apply for CCMG, you'll need to have that in. I know they made municipalities have it by October 1 to submit in the October call. So I'm assuming it's probably sometime in June.
Probably,
For the next
but-
call,
but that's just the plan that you have to have submitted for CCMG. The federal funding requires additional things.
Right.
So
So if you want federal grant from NDOT or Okra or anything like that, you'll need to be in compliance.
yes, in the future.
So I'll work with I'll probably bring in an ADA guy to kind of talk to you about that. And 'cause we know the roads and the slopes of roads and curb ramps and what that needs to be, but buildings, that's a little out of our wheelhouse.
And there's what Tim Clark has done with the ADA coordinator over in Frankfurt, they have worked together to come up with the ADA plan, and then they've gone to each different public piece of infrastructure and done an ADA assessment. So like, for example, the wastewater plant or the water plant, you have to have them go out and do an assessment of all of the park, everything, and do an ADA assessment. And then based on that assessment, they're going to come up with priorities of what you should fix sooner and then what you need to fix over the long term in order to be compliant for federal stuff.
It's a lot.
It is. And then they just changed the guidance pertaining to web ADA compliance as well. And so I've got some information about that I learned at AIM last month.
So how quick, if he comes out next month,
We can get you in compliance for CCMG probably
Pretty
pretty quick.
Okay.
Yeah, that won't take very long. That'd be more of an update what you got
Yeah.
kind of thing, just to get you in compliance. But then the other plan,
Yeah.
that'll take a little longer. But to get you in compliance shouldn't be that much of an effort. So we can at least get you your money for.
Does anybody else on the board have anything else for Colin?
All right, sorry. And then Nick, you want me to stay for to talk about the road or?
Can we just talk about the state project?
Yeah.
Yes.
Sorry.
So we have our sewer line and water line is going to be in direct conflict with all the work going on up there. They want us to relocate our water main, and we'll probably have to approve something because they're going to be really close to our sewer line. I think, was it 18 inches?
Yeah,
You're supposed
18
to be,
inches.
and they're going to be like 3 inches. So we'll have to let them know whether we're okay or not on that, and then work
Who
with them to
covers the
relocate.
cost of that?
Sounds like the state will be
Yeah.
trying to cover that.
So we put in an application letter to the state, so that overall, what usually happens is whoever's utility it is, they're responsible to move it. So in this case, it would be Town of Mulberry is responsible to move it out in NDOT's way. We have submitted an application to NDOT for, I think it's like, what is it called, like a hardship?
Yeah, and
Yes.
usually the hardships, in the past, what they've done is they've said that you all have to cover like 1%, isn't it?
I can't remember. We just did one for the town of Dana like recently, and it might be a 1% cover. It's either 0 or 1%
Yeah.
cover the cost. And the last one we did, I thought they covered most of it. Maybe it is 1%, but
I
I'll
think
have
it
to-
depends on the size of the community too, but I'm pretty sure it's either 0 or 1%,
Yeah.
but then they cover the rest of it. If the application is approved, then they would cover at most 99% or
Because
at
I guess
least
my
99%.
thought is like, the state is adding in something that was not there previously, correct?
well, it sounds like they're putting a new structure in for the county legal drain there. And that structure is now bigger than what's there, and it's going to cause a conflict with your guys' utilities. So.
Right, so I guess in my opinion, like, it's not our problem.
Unfortunately, that's not.
Yeah.
I know.
Not how the
That's
state.
just like
I
we
mean,
do
they're
it.
making it our
Yeah,
problem.
It's just like you do
so-
a sewer project, there's fiber in the way, you gotta call them, to move it across the street, and it's on them to move it, not for you, and that's just kind of how it is. But we just worked with town of Dayton, when they went through Dayton, they had a conflict, we worked with them, did the same thing, did a hardship, and I don't remember them paying,
They may not have.
So, in
I've
town of
only done
Dayton,
it
we
with
just did it
Frankfurt.
and help them out. But in this case, it sounds like they didn't really say no. We talked to them yesterday, and we're gonna have a separate meeting to talk about it specifically. We put together cost estimates to show them how much it's gonna cost. We've got how much you guys are bringing in, and that whatever that percentage is, will still go. Yeah, that's
Yeah, it's
hardship.
very possible that you guys pay 0 because of the size. Because the one that I was involved with, I wasn't involved with Dayton's, I was involved with Frankfurt, and they had to pay 1%. But that was a really big project. It was like over $1 million of relocates.
yeah. And this isn't that much, but it's enough. I mean, it's enough that we don't want you guys to pay it.
Right.
So we've sent in a letter or getting ready to send, I think we might have already sent it to them. And we've been working with Nick on that. We had a meeting yesterday. I think Joey was on the call. And
It's just one force main and one sewer.
yeah. There's 2 points of conflict basically.
It was hard to follow that meeting because there was about
There was
20 different companies all on there saying, not my right of way, whose right of way, not my problem, that's your problem. And
it was a utility
it was really hard to follow.
NDOT
There was a lot of
meeting,
people.
and there were a lot of people from NDOT, a lot of people that it was hard to understand. But the company, there's a prime contractor, V3 is the design engineer for the whole section through here. So it sounds like if NDOT approves it, they're just going to throw it, have V3 design any
Is there a
recommendations.
way to get a windfall and do an upgrade while they're have them?
Well, we
bump it up?
asked to put some inserter valves in, right? That's what, so we're gonna put some valves in. But I don't know if you really need an upgrade through there. You can talk about that, but I don't.
Just that, it would be a small section that we would replace or repair.
Yeah, it would be very big.
It's on the side of the
If they're
road.
cutting it out, they'll be putting new stuff in anyway there, so.
Good.
So we're just assisting and trying to navigate that for you guys and help out. So I think that's it. Sorry to take up.
No, you're fine.
Fine.
You're fine.
All right, anything else for me?
Nope.
All right. Have a good evening.
We'll see
Thank
you
you.
next
All
month.
right, thanks, guys.
Next thing I got,
Yes.
John just brought it in, but we'll go ahead and, the contract for the fire department, they typed it up. Essentially, I think it's the same, they just changed the price on it.
That's what I saw.
That's what I saw anyways, so. It's probably something we need to.
We're gonna have to review it.
It sounds like the township was agreeable to a 32 as
Yes.
opposed to.
match.
It's 32,000,
Yeah, 32.
which is what, we agreed to. Andrea texted me last night and said that, the contract was essentially the exact same, other than as last year's, as they changed the dates and they changed the price on it. So instead of doing 49,000 or whatever it was we did last year, we're just gonna do the 32,000. this year for fire service.
Alicia, do you want time to review that, or
I mean, that would be my
Yeah, yeah.
preference. That would be my
could we
preference.
make a motion to have Joey sign the contract?
Yeah, you
after
could,
you-
Approved.
yeah, you could approve it pending attorney review.
I'll make a motion that we accept the pending attorney review.
One second.
Motion made and seconded, all in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Okay, motion carries 5-0, so we'll have to just look over as long as she says there's no major issues. I'll sign it, it'll be done. If there's an issue or something that we need to renegotiate on, I'll get a hold of Andrea and we'll try to get something done for next month's meeting. So, should be good to go then. Do you have anything else for us on that aspect of it?
With the contract, I think that covered it very well.
All right, let's see. Nick, go ahead.
Okay, so the water tower's back online. Took about 31 days for them to clean, sandblast, and re-epoxy the inside. And then we started filling up. We got our 2 back T samples back that were good, so we could put it back online. After we got back online, right before we removed all the PRVs and everything, our pumping gallons went up quite a bit. So I had an indication that something was wrong. And once we got back online, we started using a lot of water, and the Mercuroid switches that we have were kind of messing up. So we adjusted those, got that problem fixed, still had the issue. So then I started looking in storm tiles and was able to find a leak on Clinton Street, and we got that fixed today, and they're filling the hole right now. So that now we'll see if we can go back to normal, whatever happens. The water line, the water service on First Street for that new house being built, that was put in this month or last month. Jake, Marty, all them guys, they helped us out a lot last month and today. So big thanks to them. Waste treatment plant is winterized, running okay. Project's going good out there. Noticed a slight sinkhole starting to form on Gasline Road. I'm not sure if it's just something that was there before and the asphalt's just kind of finally settling.
Right in front of the park?
Yeah.
Let's say, is that why you got the cones and everything there?
Just kind of watching it. Park is closed, winterized, and we'll be mulching leaves periodically. And I got $600 and something for a spring rocker at the park.
Yeah.
That is a bracket and a spring. And then we're gonna put the old horse back onto that bracket.
Is this something, budget wise, should we wait till next year?
I had some notes that we were actually going to wait till spring of 2026 to go through this. I think you had sent me a thing like an estimate, what it was to kiss it. Yeah. And I put notes at the very top that we were going to hold off. I put it in with my bills to pay, but I put hold off until spring of
That's what I thought.
2026.
So, yeah, let's just hang on to this estimate. I'll give it down there to you.
Thank you.
Is it good? How long is it good for?
I'm not sure what they put on there. It shouldn't fluctuate very much.
It'll be close enough.
And I can get another one.
We'll do another one next spring. So we'll pass it up, Chris.
And I know we're not doing anything with the Gator till next year, but
Thank you.
they found us a used one. A lot better price than the other options, so.
Well, I think we gave you a budget. So I mean, if you want to spend 9,000 of it in January.
Okay.
How long is it?
But I think we need to know how many hours are on it and
Yeah, I can get more information on it. It's just price they gave us for another one.
Yeah, a lot of your stuff off that grader fit on that, or
That I'm not sure of. I have
you need to check it out.
to ask. Yeah.
You're bound to determine to get a John Deere, aren't you?
That's what I thought.
Yeah, looking at some of the other stuff, all the other competitors are not,
Well, just
just getting what that can do, they're not very far apart.
look and see if a lot of the stuff that we have on our Gator
Yes.
we'll transfer over. Is that a trade-in price?
No, because
What do
they're
they
giving
get?
us 500 for the one we got.
Give us 500 on trade. Will that be taking like stuff like the cab and stuff off of it? They still give us 500?
I would think so.
Okay.
Yeah.
If they're only gonna give us 500 on trade, I'd almost just keep that thing for parts.
You got parts, you got tires. you got-
Park,
I wouldn't even trade it in, I'd just keep it for parts. If we're getting another gator and everything, I would just check and make sure it's all compatible. Because if it is, then
tires still good on the.
I'll leave the 500, we'll just keep that other gator and part it out.
That's-
Yeah, if stuff goes bad on that one, we can just part it out, and once it's nothing but a frame, we'll go scrap it.
Yeah, I'll see how compatible everything is.
Okay.
Then I got the supplies list, put a little extra notes next to some of the stuff.
Yeah, your supply list was cheap this month, wasn't it?
Mhm.
2710,
Well, comparatively, yeah, that's pretty cheap.
and that includes salt, road salt.
Really?
The bags are, they come in a
You said list of stuff you got, it's like 27. You
Yeah,
got some good deals this month. Okay. Somebody got a motion on that supply list?
Make a motion to approve Nick's supply list not to exceed 2,750.
Motion been made and seconded, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries 5-0.
Hey, Nick, do you think we need to set a meeting with McGuire on, I mean, we've had 2 cases where we've pulled the tower down, we've had 2 instances where we've knocked the guard back up. Now, the pipe breaking in Clinton could be just coincidence, but
Yeah, the only issue I had this time was there's a little bit of communication, but when I called, I did get the answers that I needed to do what I did. And that was just when they left, they said, okay, we're good. And I called them, it was like, well, we gotta wait 7 days for it to settle, which I knew. And I was like, okay. And then I had to wait for them to come back and chlorinate the tower. And then we did have a leak on the inside, but they showed up same day and sealed it up. So it went pretty well. And then we had the pressure relief valves on for about 2 weeks and no issues.
no issues
And
there.
then that very last day, something gave and we went from 100 gallon per minute to 300 per minute.
Okay.
So, yeah, everything went pretty good. There was some slight communication stuff, but
A lot better than the previous.
Yeah.
Okay.
does make me nervous every time we have to do it now though, so.
Yeah, I mean, okay.
And we were losing a lot of water. That was a pretty good leak, but it was only a 2-inch ductile iron line.
That broke.
So we'll see what happens.
All right.
Anybody got anything else for Nick? Okay, Jason.
If you want to look at the stats for the month, they're in there. Pretty consistent. Our calls went up. Our traffic stops went up substantially. Steve Jones, new deputy, started last week. Actually 2 weeks, I guess. He rode with me for 1 week, kind of learn everything, make sure all the IT and everything was functioning. And then the next week he a set schedule. They've been set and are working. He's already had 3 traffic arrests. He's active. He's a worker. I did a traffic study down there at your place, Gordy. And basically we had the summation of it, 8% violation rate is what it was. So basically 1 car passes about every 3.5 minutes. I was able to stop 2 vehicles, one at 41 and one at 42. Steve and I did trunk or treat at the church. I forget the name. Is that Trinity?
Trinity.
The Sunday before Halloween. I estimated probably 200 kids went through there. It was a great day. I mean, weather, everything, it went really well. And then Halloween, I worked. My wife and daughter came in and passed candy out at the shop. Chris and Brandy got too cold and they came over and helped. They were over here. It was chilly.
Yeah.
But the town, I'm like, it's my second year of Halloween. I'm thoroughly impressed. I mean, the number of kids that show up, and it was overall a good evening. While I was out patrolling on Halloween, come across Mark Genda. I've known Mark for decades and knew he was a state rep. So I said, hey, got a second? What do you know about this opioid money? And he's like, what are you talking about? And so I explained to him that we have this money, but it's so restricted to be able to spend. Basically, you can't spend it. And so he asked me to email him, and I've already done. They've already sent back, said, hey, we got your email. We'll look into the matter. So hopefully there can be some kind of legislation that change that'll open that money up so we can buy like AEDs that we need, and an additional radio if we don't get it through that grant. Saw Paula today we haven't heard anything, but I think with the government being shut down, I don't think there's much movement on probably anything federal. And then last thing I had on my agenda, I'm going through. So if you are a business or whatnot, I'm going to be updating what's called the premise files. Joey, you know what that is. So if there's a break-in in the middle of the night, let's say at the post office, we've got contact information. So normally 1 or 2, if there's an alarm code or something, we find an open door, it's put into there where we can shut it down. So if you live in Monticello and you don't have to respond, something along those lines, but it gives us it's a whole nother section in our police computer that's accessible by all the officers in the whole entire county. So it wouldn't just be Mulberry, it'd be the sheriff's department and not state police, but Frankfort PD and so forth. Everybody has access to that computer. So I was looking, they still have, who was the town guy for Pizza King? Was it Randy?
Oh, Randy.
Cooper. He's still in the premise files, the owner of Pizza King. So obviously that tells you that some of the stuff, there's some businesses I know that are no longer here. So we need to kind of take care of those, and businesses that have came in and get those updated. So that's all I have.
Anybody got anything, Jason? Okay, Chris, what you got anything for us?
Yep. I handed you guys out. I received a council member seminar that I wanted to make sure that you guys were aware of. I do not know if this is in person or if it's virtual. It doesn't say on here what it is, but I didn't know if you guys wanted to attend, so I wanted to make sure that you guys got a copy of that in case you guys wanted to.
It does say at the bottom, can't join us today. The event, no problem. You'll receive access to full recording and all presentation materials.
Awesome. The other thing I had is that we have, for the holidays, for Thanksgiving and over Christmas, we do have shelter rentals. With it being the holidays and everybody's got family and everything they want to go to, it is rented for Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday is open. I didn't know if maybe we just wanted to see who wasn't busy and that the shelter house can make sure it's checked and cleaned after each one, because these, of course, are going to be families, are going to be larger, more people probably there, lots more food that's going to be around than more than just like a birthday. Over Thanksgiving, so I didn't know. And then, of course, we wanted to decide if we can go ahead and do Christmas to see if somebody can just been like, hey, I'll do Wednesday, I'll do Thursday, to where it's maybe not the same person doing it. I was going to leave that up to you.
I'll be around too.
Okay.
I'll be here.
Okay. Okay. Just so then that way, like, we just have it to where, like, we know who's going to be down there, who can take care of it. I should be around too. So if something does come up and one of you guys is supposed to do it and you can't, then let me know, because
Do we have an extra full set of keys? Like, I have an extra key to the door, but
Okay.
I don't have like a thermostat key and a toilet key, like the toilet paper and paper towel key.
Nick, do you have a second set of
I
those?
can go through my stuff
Okay.
and see what
Okay.
we can get together. I don't think I have an extra thermostat key, but the other stuff I think I
I
can.
probably do.
Well, we
Okay.
probably should just make copies of and have a full set up here at the town hall, and then at least 2 board members have a full set. That way,
Yeah.
we're not
Having to rush around to see who can do what.
So-
Like, yeah,
Because if anything, if we put a full set up here at the town hall, then any board member
can
or
come in and get it. Yeah.
employee can come get it, and
Mhm.
then her and Randy are kind of the 2 that
Yeah.
run that, so let them have a full set too. So
Okay.
I would do that. Once you just gather up all these keys, go make copies, and get
Yeah.
2 full sets and put them somewhere.
Randy's got one full set.
Yeah, I got one.
Just take his full set and go have copies made, that way we got it.
Well, the toilet paper and the paper towel are little
Yeah,
plastic
they're
ones.
plastic. You just, I don't know where,
Yeah.
probably have to get them from the people that make the product.
Well, let me see what kind they have, because I might actually have a second set, because we got rid of a toilet paper towel thing down at the library because I cleaned down there too. And we actually have the plastic thing because they gave it to me, and we don't use the key thing. We just leave it unlocked where we can do it. So I might, if it fits the same, I mean, we're not using them.
Okay,
Yeah, they're usually pretty the same. The little plastic one looks like a little T.
Yep.
Yeah, I think we might have some there at my house too.
Little baby key.
Yeah, we don't lock ours. We kind of leave it, but I understand like wanting to lock because we lock them down there too, so that way nobody can
The
get
other
it to
one
them.
was hand soap.
Yeah.
dispenser.
Yeah.
Well, it doesn't. Does it have a- Oh, it does have that one.
And if you guys like checking it and stuff, if you see that there's like supplies or something, just let me know. Cause like, I think Nick said there should be a pretty good supply down there, but if it's something like, hey, I need more toilet bowl cleaner, let me know. We should have some over here in our closet.
Okay.
Okay. But that's all I have.
Alicia?
Nothing specific for tonight. I'm still working on a couple of things which I've emailed you about, including the Dollar General annexation, and I will review that contract for the interlocal.
Randy? Lindsay?
No, I do want to extend a thank you to Chris and Brandy and Jason and Jason's wife for hanging out on Halloween and just taking care of the community and being out there for them. So
You're welcome. It was great seeing the kids. I love seeing the kids.
We did tour the new wastewater treatment plant today. Nick was gonna come, but he had to play in the water. So I
He had funner things to do.
Ben, what's Ben's last name, Nick? Johnson. I think it is Ben Johnson, from Wilhelm, and Steve from the construction foreman. Nice little computer program you had set up to show the phases where they're at and everything, and then actually did a physical tour of the plant. Got a lot of stuff set, looking good. So, but he said that if you guys want to go check it out, just kind of give them a heads up so they have hard hat, safety glasses, steel toe shoes, all that stuff set up for you. But other than that, I'm good.
Well, Chris said that you might have something to talk about on computers tonight, or
Yeah, did you happen to get with Charlie
I am
as far
planning-
as?
So I know we changed over to ProBite from our previous service provider, and I've been playing email and text tag with Charlie,
not a good sign.
and seems like he's very busy. I did give him a total number of accounts we wanted, so it's basically giving him a price back total for everything. Still don't have that.
Okay.
I think I'm just gonna go with a temporary license on this computer so I can have Word and Excel. Because right now I have nothing. I gotta print everything out. So still working on it.
Liz?
Yeah, and mine, the VPN won't work or reconnect, and
yeah, mine won't work from
Yeah.
home.
so like I feel like I'm flying blind a little bit,
That's kind of weird.
and
So Chris, for right now,
Mhm.
like agenda stuff or anything that you're adding to the Dropbox, like you don't have to do like the police and Nick stuff. But can you email
Yeah.
everybody copies so that we have them ahead of time because
Yeah.
our VPNs are not working at home.
No, we need to,
and Nick and
we pay him, right? Didn't we pay him like a set rate, and then there's.
I
a-
guess.
And that's
needed.
Jacob. That is our web designer that we pay
Okay,
Charlie is like on an as needed basis. Now,
Okay.
what he did get me was a thing saying pretty much how much it's going to cost per, but he has not given me anything. I don't have anything with like an actual total because we're going to add Alicia onto it as well. So that way, when she has stuff for the meeting that she's working on, then she can put it in there. So we would all of us would have access to this. And that way you guys can add stuff. I think it's a great idea if we can get Charlie on board with it.
Yeah, if we can do the cloud-based stuff, like I'm totally fine with that.
And I did say something to Charlie when I did briefly talk to him about this, and he said he was still working on it, about even doing, because I'm not cloud-based knowledgeable. I would have to be taught this, but to come in and maybe sit down for anybody that was been like has never used it before or just not sure, or how it's going to work for us to do like a sit-down thing with us hands-on.
Okay.
And in the meantime, like Nick, you and, Mr. Marshall, Jason, I look at his name tag. It's been a long day. I've even met you before. Yeah, if you guys can send stuff you put in the Dropbox, so then we can look at it too. Because if it's in the Dropbox, I can't get to it. Right
Well, Jason's really good about adding his stuff in. Nick didn't get his stuff in today because he's been busy. But as soon as I can get everything in there, I can send those files to you guys in emails. I can copy and paste it into an email.
Okay.
And then I can
Do the
hopefully,
water main break with your computer.
yeah, like multitasking. Come on, Nick.
Yeah.
I have three things. So the first is I had a conversation with Joyce that she's been talking with us about the mural that she's wanting to do.
Yeah.
And so we're talking next year. So she's been working with the Lafayette's Arts Council, whatever they're called, the Wabash Walls people. And so they said they think that the mural could be done for about $18,000. They have a $5,000 grant right off the top. And then she's been working with the Mulberry Club. They're going to commit to $5,000. And then in talking with the Wabash Walls people, they said that towns can apply for, beautification grants and stuff. And so she wanted to know, since there's no decision needs to be made, but wanted to know what the consensus was of the town, if they thought that with the greater portion, 10,000 being funded outside, if we wanted to apply for beautification grants and try to see if we could get that additional $8,000 so that they could do this. And then they allow up to 20 community people to help them with the mural. That way, for future pride, they can say if they're kids, teenagers, they can say I helped build that, help paint that, whatever, and they'll actually guide them. They'll stencil it out and let them do it, and that's part of the package deal. So we really don't have to do anything tonight. It's more of an update, and it wouldn't be eligible till like summer of next year anyways. But she just wanted to know and she's very energized, which is a really cool thing. If we could, or if we thought that we would be at least willing to try to get some grants applied for, written, whatever, to try to cover the other part so that they could do mural in town. Second thing that I have, State Representative Craig Haggard's office contacted me out of the clear blue. I know a lot of guys at the State House. I do not know him. I know about him, but I do not know him. His office contacted me, and they met with Kirkland last week, and they want to know if they could meet with us next Thursday at 6:00 to talk about the SB1 public safety funds. So he's been opposed to, and full disclosure, because I'm super skeptical, so I started asking all kinds of questions. He's running for Congress next year. And so this, in addition to I want to help small communities, is also kind of a way to get his name out there and meet people in the district for free without having to throw a meet and greet. So, because I'm like, why would you be meeting with us, not Genda? But I do know that he's the leading opposer of the SB1 project. So he met with Kirkland. He explained how it was and what steps were being taken, and wanted feedback and know what all he could also take, and ask if there'd be any interest in us meeting in an open forum and letting potentially him talk about public safety funds and where it's at, and answer questions and whatever else. So I told him we had a meeting tonight, and I would ask the board if there's any interest, and then I would get back with him. So he said, well, we'll go ahead and say 6 p.m. next week, and if you say no, oh well, and if you say yeah, then we'll be there, and you can invite the whole town, and whatever. So, I don't know what your pleasure is, if you want me to reach back to him and tell him, yeah, go ahead, or no. I mean, they know there's no, you can't campaign doing it. Like, you have to stick to that topic, but,
Louis, can I ask a question?
Yeah.
In the Senate, SB1 already a done deal?
I think it passed.
Yeah, SB1 is done, but there is a lot of
There's
chatter
writers
about
and
changing it.
amending it. So they're wanting to find out exactly how it would impact the small communities and where we think we would feel the pain at. So then they can go back and there's a lot of people mad about SB1 too. So it's a really sexy issue.
Yep.
So I personally don't have a problem with it. I can, but I'm not going to speak for everybody. And I'm willing to do it or not do it. I'm willing to listen to him without.
What day is he on?
Thursday.
Is that the 11th?
It is, yeah.
He's the 13th.
It's the 13th.
13th.
Oh, yeah, I don't know what the date is, but it's Thursday. Thursday the 13th, yeah,
I don't
next
know
week.
what time I get back to town on Thursday. I mean, I would be for it, but I just don't know if I'll be back in town.
Well,
I'm for
is
it.
the shelter house available? We
Is the
wouldn't-
shelter
we wouldn't
house
know.
available
Yeah,
next
It would have to
Thursday?
be at the-
Unless
Yeah,
unless
do you
it's just
mind?
he wanted to meet, is he just wanted to meet with the board or is it public?
No, he said to invite.
Oh, he wanted to talk to the board specifically to find out how it would impact our budgets and stuff like that. But he also was, and wanted it to be an open session so the
Well, then we
public
should-
could be
Well,
there.
if all of you are going to meet, or if a majority of you are going to meet, or
It has
really
to
if
be
more
an
than
advertised
2 of you are
meeting.
going to meet, we have to have it as a public meeting anyway, so it'd have to be open to the public regardless.
Yeah, okay.
She's looking to see if it's open.
I don't care. Whatever.
It's
I'll
the
go listen to
13th,
him if you
Brandy.
guys want to. I don't care.
Yes, it is open. The park is open on 13th.
I would say do it at the park.
If we like, Alicia said, if we do more than 3, then it has to be a
Yeah,
special meeting.
yeah, it would be a special meeting, and then you would just be receiving information from Craig, whatever his Haggard.
Haggard. Like Merle Haggard. And so the third thing, I don't plan on really belaboring a whole lot, but I keep getting inundated with these emails from these sovereign citizen people.
The job forms.
No.
The job forms.
Yeah. So, and I was wanting to kind of, if she had come tonight to express to Caitlin, like, because she's for locally, I'm not going to go. I'll go on the record say I'm not going to go to any of the trainings or the meetings. I'm extremely sympathetic, and I have great respect for all the research, and I hope I can convey a level of care. And if there's a local meeting that our residents want to have, and it's, I don't want it to be a series of meetings that I got to commit to forever, but if it's held here in town by a local, I of course want to hear what's being said. But I don't intend to respond when I get those emails or to go to any of this stuff. So
Just on Saturday alone, would you end up saying, would you count 58
Yeah, something like that.
Yes.
to
so
each one of us?
I have concerns. I know that when we've had some issues in the past, she's been very blunt with her thoughts, whether it was that Dave's a crook and, on the take. And I have a problem with. I've sat with it and thought about it. I felt like it was disrespectful and unfair. I personally feel like everybody on the board has the best interest of Mulberry at heart. For Dave, the last 18 years, like, I don't know where we would be if it hadn't been for your service. And I think pretty much the only thing you want out of it is the satisfaction of having served your community well. I don't think there's anything else. So I didn't appreciate when we had that meeting and it was ugly, but it feels kind of harassing. And so I just wanted to go on public record to say I'm sympathetic. If there's actual people here in town that are going to hold a meeting and invite me, I'll go at least one time. to hear that side of it. I struggle because if you have, just a small group of people that have complete truth and everyone else has a lie, that's how you start cults. That's how you, and it's, I don't want to say it, but it's recorded, and I'll say it and stand behind it. It's kind of delusional. And so, although I have great respect and care and all that, I feel like if I spent my whole life being told the grass was green and now I'm being told it's red, I would feel gaslit to a major level. So all that's to say that I'm always happy to hear from citizens, but I have no intentions of going to Indianapolis or going virtually to listen to this. And some of these people that are running it, I voted against because I didn't agree with their stance anyway. So I when I listened to them when they ran against Ginda or ran against Braun and whatever, I voted against them then. So anyhow, I guess I won't belabor it any longer. I wanted to say that.
Thank you.
Do we have any public comment? No public comment? Oh, John?
I can say something. I believe Craig Haggard is from the Mooresville or Plainfield area.
Yes.
Yep, and I can tell you, he does have a very spiffy campaign fan. I
Okay.
saw it at one of his fundraisers. And for the record, he's seeking the Republican nomination for Congress. I can tell you both parties, sounds like this will be a very contested race
Jim
in
Baird,
both
but-
parties.
Any other public comment? Seeing none, entertain a motion to adjourn.
Are we gonna do next Thursday, or we just kind of float? Well, if not, we'll have to go ahead and, if we're gonna do Thursday and there's gonna be three, we'll have to do special.
Yeah, let's advertise it. I'll reach out to him and
Good.
Does that have to be?
Mr. Mitchell, I'm
Yes.
sorry, I thought you meant comment on the item that you were
No, no,
speaking
no,
of.
no.
I got two items I would like to
Sure,
address.
go ahead.
Um,
What's your name first, sir?
James Haynes,
Okay,
I live on the corner of Perrin and Elm Street.
gotcha, go ahead.
The two items are the trees, that are outside the sidewalk area on the corner of Elm and Perrin. This summer, I had a tree removed in my backyard, a walnut tree, pain in the ass, had it removed. And I was trying to get the other two trees that are outside removed as well, because they're just a pain in the butt to take care of. And Lindsay came and looked at them, and I missed that following meeting, which would have been September. There was some items discussed here, some statements made that I want to correct. Lindsay stated that the trees were on my property and that those were my responsibility, and those trees that I pay taxes on that property, which I do not. That's an easement right there.
You still pay taxes on an easement.
Okay, I wasn't aware of that. I mean, the land that I pay on is 90 feet.
Yes, so the way that an easement works is that the landowner owns the land, you pay the taxes on the easement, but then you're granting somebody else the ability to use the land, usually for a specific purpose. So there are easements of ingress and egress. That means that they can use the easement to go in and out of the ground. There's easements for utility purposes so that you can put utility infrastructure in that land, but the homeowner owns the easement. The other party, which would be the town in this instance, would have the specific use of, for example, utilities or for the sidewalk or that sort of thing. So, yeah, the homeowner does still own the easements. It's still technically your ground. It's just granting the town the authority to put the utility infrastructure in that land.
Okay, so I do own that land then.
Yes,
So those trees are mine.
yes,
I can do whatever I want with them.
yes.
And I can do whatever I want with on the other side of the sidewalk there. That's my land.
As long as you don't prevent access for the town.
Yeah, so there are rules and regulations about, like, for example, having growth that blocks the stop sign or something like
Yeah,
that, or
that's
not
true.
mowing your grass or that
Sure.
sort of thing. But as long as you're within your legal rights of what you could do on your property on the other side of the sidewalk, you could do that But do keep in mind that with utility easements and things like that, if there was, for example, a fence that you put up there, if there's a utility easement and they need to access
Sure.
those
Yeah,
utilities,
that
they're gonna
makes
take the fence down.
Because I brought my paperwork, and when I bought the home 22 years ago, it specifically says, 90 by 132 feet, and we've walked it off, and that is within the property line, 90 feet, so I was unaware of that, all that is mine.
Generally speaking, what it is it's a right of way that the town has, but generally the homeowner is responsible for it. So just like a homeowner is responsible for taking the snow off the sidewalk, and if somebody were to trip and fall on your sidewalk, you're the one that's gonna get sued. That's the same thing with that little stretch of grass as well. You're
Yeah,
responsible to mow it. That's what
I understood that I had to take care of it,
Mhm.
but I didn't know that it was mine. So that's news to me, so, okay. Okay, the other thing I wanted to address was my water bill. Earlier this year, you came over, and I mentioned to you, if you do remember, I know you're busy, a lot of stuff going on. At the last two bills of the year,
Really
I
high.
see a big spike.
Yeah.
And my bill has been consistently at $100 the last few months, which I'm happy with. But it just jumped to like 150, 160. And I believe that it's gonna jump again. My next bill will be even more. Like, it will get to the point where it's over 10,000 gallons at the end of the year, and I don't understand why. I think that the meter is wonky. I think it's not accurate.
Yeah.
I think that it's accurate at times, but I think for some reason it does some weird shit. I don't understand it. I don't get it because I've went through my house. I'm not a plumber, but I do not have any leaks.
We had this conversation. He does an excellent job of keeping every bill he's ever had, and he's got it all organized.
Yeah.
So he showed me like 2 or 3 years where every month it's within like 5 or 10 of the previous month. And then in November, which you do have a boiler, but
But I
it's not a
control that.
$10,000 gallon boiler.
Right.
So at the end November and December, the one is almost double what it is typically each month, and then December's like double and a half.
Yes.
So it is very odd if you look at the numbers of it.
Is January?
No, January goes back to
Because if it was a boiler in January, it would still be high.
It would still
because
need
it'd
it,
still
yeah.
be heating.
no, it's just the
Right,
last.
well, the way the boiler works though, and again, I didn't know this when I first moved there, but now I'm an expert with my boiler. And the way it works is I control that valve though. So if I need to put water into my system, I have to go and control that. Other than that, it's shut off. It doesn't, just automatically start pouring water in.
Sure, but you would
so-
think if you were using the boiler in December and November to heat your house, January and
And
February
February would
would
be really
also be
high.
high as well.
You think
If
you
that
can,
was the cause.
You think you can go down there and check that meter?
Yeah, so we could do a meter check, and kind of like what Alicia was pointing at is we are a month behind. So whenever you get your bill, it's for the last month. It's not. it's
Right,
from the 18th
that's
to
what
the
I mean.
18th.
I don't think it has anything to do with the boiler. That's my point.
Yeah.
It's the 11th and 12th month of the year, the last 2 or 3 years, I get a spike. My wastewater is so high. I just do not understand
Is
it.
there are there more days on those months on the billing? Because sometimes that will affect it too. Like some months there's 30 days, and some months there's 33 days based on when the meter's read and things like that.
Yeah.
So that could be a problem.
Yeah, that would add to it. And then also we have our read dates. There's like a 4-day period where we try to make sure we get the reads within those days. We try to keep it the 18th every month.
Mhm.
So sometimes that can.
So
drift up and
we
How
down.
about
wanna
this?
look
How
at
about we
that
have Nick do a meter check, make sure your meter's running good, and if the meter's running good and that's not the problem, then Nick and Brandy can kind of hash out and go back kind of through and try to figure out if maybe it's just the billing period, or maybe but either way, get you an answer.
Yeah.
So
Does that system, I might have asked Brandy before, but will it show like a specific day with a jump? No, or
No.
I mean, I know that, we can ask her.
I think it only goes
Brandy,
from read to
no,
read.
Brandy's back here. She says no.
So
Oh, okay.
we don't do
Oh, hi,
daily. We don't do daily reads. So Nick only gets it like the 18th, generally through the 18th, which is a 30-day cycle. So any jumps would be within that 30 days.
But you can't, right?
if Nick were to go out.
Every
yes,
day.
And check
I
it
mean,
every
it's-
day.
Do.
It is doable.
Do.
Yes.
And if it was leaking, we have a leak detect dial. And when I'm there, if you have something leaking, that dial would be spinning.
Right.
But it would leak all the other months of the
Right.
year. It was an
And we've done
anomaly.
this before though too, Nick,
Yeah.
where I haven't had any leaks. I don't know, man, I'm just,
Yeah, I know, it's a very odd thing. I went through it too and I was very confused by it.
yeah.
But we said, maybe we wait this year and see if it does it again.
Yeah, that's why
And
I'm
if it
here.
is, yeah, and
I'm
get
just
investigated.
starting to raise right now, you know? so
Yeah.
I
Absolutely.
That's all, guys.
Yep, I can corroborate what he said. I've looked at those bills.
Is there any other public comments?
Don, do you still have your line tapped into his meeting?
All right, seeing none, take a motion to adjourn.
Make a motion to adjourn.
Second.
Motion made, second, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Carries 5-0. We're adjourned.